listening to VOA with Japanese and English listening material transcript. Japan doesn't need apology. The truth told by foreigners. Great East Asia War quotes to know the loser is not Japan. It's the power of the Western powers who lost their colonies. A collection of some of the voices of people who valued Japan at the time. You know, Foreign Minister of Burma, a country driven by high ideals and purposefulness, has sacrificed all of life and property to the independence of Asia and the liberation of the people. The name of the country is the Far Eastern Island country of Japan. Cooman, Thai Deputy Prime Minister, a new independent country appeared like a phoenix in the Japanese War. It is too obvious who should be thankful for. Low Prime Minister Burma, it was Japan that rescued us from white domination. We have limited Japan at the end of the war, but we will never forget that favor. No country has contributed to Asia as much as Japan. No country is as misunderstood as Japan. Thai Prime Minister, thanks to Japan, Asia has become independent. The mother of Japan gave birth to children of Asian countries even after breaking her mother. Who is it that Asian countries can talk to Western countries today? It was because there was a mother of Japan who gave birth until she killed herself. We must not forget the 8th of December when my mom decided to give birth, and the 15th of August when she gave birth to all her power and gave birth to our country. GHQ Supreme Commander Marshal Douglas MacArthur, Japan has no oil, no tin, no rubber. If all the supply is cut off, any small country will decide the war. Logan Counsel, I honestly regretted the first time I undertook this trial, because it is an unbeatable trial. However, the innocence of the defendant was proved with every research and investigation. From the beginning, Japan had absolutely no global ambitions for 20 years. I can affirm, they are all innocent. If there is someone to judge them, it should be only Japanese. Real counsel, any American who loves his homeland will be ashamed of such a court record. Is there a case where there is no lawyer as a judge? Twombly, in World War II, the Japanese left a great history for countries that benefited from the war rather than for Japan. The short-lived ideals listed with these countries are included in the Greater East Asia Mutual Prosperity Zone. The greatest achievement that the Japanese left in history is that the Westerners who ruled the world showed that they were not undefeated people. Ms. H. Myers, the Tokyo trial is an obvious lynching, not justice. Why can the United States punish Japan? I can't understand. Nehru, the first Indian Prime Minister, Japan does not do what we need her to apologize for. Therefore, India does not participate in the San Francisco Peace Conference. The peace treaty is not signed. Lattimore, advisor to the Republic of China. What Japan has done well is the complete destruction of the Western colonial empires. Chef A, Foreign Minister of Malaysia, why is Japan wrong? Wasn't that the same small Japanese as Malaysian in the Great War expelled the big British? Without Japan, there was no Southeast Asian independence. Denying this precious sacrifice that Japan has paid is just like looking at the rear-view mirror. Other than Japan, you can imagine that special attack members are brainwashed or fanatic. If you read their wills, you will find that they are far from fanatics. What they wanted to protect was their mother, wife, and love and family. Indonesian textbooks. The occupation of Japan brought great benefits. First, basic education. Second, military organizations. Third, government organization. This became the basis for Indonesian independence. Bun Tomo, former Indonesian intelligence minister, that war was our war and we had to do it. Nevertheless, we all carried Japan and pushed Japan to the verge of destruction. I'm sorry, Lada Binod Pearl, an Indian legal scholar, looking at the inscription on the atomic bomb memorial, whose mistake is the mistake? The atomic bomb was dropped not by Japan, but by the United States. American hands are not yet cleansed. Choi Kyung-ruk, Former Korean Army Chief of Staff. I was Korean, but I led the Japanese as a major. When I was severely injured in my enemies, my subordinates took me on his back and rescued me through the siege while I was being shot. He who saved me died from the wound. The strict regulations of the former Japanese army cannot be too admired. I feel proud of being able to fight as an old Japanese army. I love Korea, so I love Japan. Cooman, a critic. The modernization of South Korea has been achieved through the administration of a huge amount of Japanese capital and human resources. The truth is that no one wanted to be independent from Japan, but was forced to become independent by the United States. That's all. Thank you very much. It was listened to via